This is Surya Sahan. Welcome to the Insurtech Story Podcast, a platform to spread knowledge on insurance innovation, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, Google, Audible, and Amazon Music. Today, we will discuss on the topic which is very specific to the Asia-Pacific world, which is digitization of the insurance market in Thailand. And to discuss this, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Ben Sanathan, who is the managing director at Thai Sesokit Insurance Company. Prior to joining Sesokit, Ben led Insurtech Thailand, an associate company of Insurtech Group, as its chief executive officer and group health leader. Ben brings with him a wealth of industry experience that spans over 2 decades, encompassing general management as well as hands-on operational roles covering a broad range of functions. Prior to Insurtech, he worked for Ernst & Young as an associate partner for ASEA, and also prior to that as the managing director of Bupa Health Insurance, and prior to that as a chief executive officer of Aegon in Thailand. He has also been appointed as director of the executive committee and advisory director of the Accident and Health Insurance Committee of the Thailand General Insurance Association. A very, very rich and broad experience, Ben. A warm welcome to you to the show.
Thank you for the intro. I appreciate that, and excited to join the podcast and share at least my insights of what's happening and excitingly in Thailand. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very interesting, to really understand specific markets within the Asian region and what's been happening there firsthand from the people who are practicing it and strategizing their technology needs on a daily basis. So thanks for joining in, Ben. My first question to you is, what specific challenges has the insurance industry in Thailand faced in transitioning to a digital-first approach? How are you seeing this in the Thai market?
Yeah, it's interesting. Obviously, in Thailand, we have both life companies and general companies. We've got, 25 life and 55 non-life companies. And, insurance has been in Thailand for a long time, but it's been a very traditional type of industry. And as over the past number of years, or more recently, a few years, that we moved into digital first, especially in the companies that I've been involved with, as well as my peers, getting the ideas are there, but it's the execution, and a lot of the execution sort of bogs down in legacy systems. Insurance companies traditionally, and this is not different than Thailand, have very slow legacy systems on AS400s or in-house back office systems. And so that's a major thing to get things off the ground on legacy systems, connecting to them, getting things out digitally. And usually what happens is that obviously there are bolt-ons, and we work with different partnerships to get those out, and speed to market becomes a big issue there because of the
Right.
work you said bogs down. I think the other things as well too is that when especially here in Thailand, it's been a very traditional market in the past for both life and non-life, is that culture and mindset. When you go digital first, in my experience, and we've done that in the past couple of years, is you need to have that speed to market, innovative sort of a mindset. Most valuable product, get things out right away. It doesn't have to be fully perfect. And that culture has changed, and then that bringing in that new blood to bring that culture change into the organization. And we've seen change, and obviously we've seen things coming around in Thailand on digital, particularly on the motor side of insurance, and they're starting to be more on the other types of products as well too. But again, if you ask me, the 2 or 3 biggest things in my mind right now is the challenges to get across the legacy systems to get it out to the customer, the front end, and to speed to the market. But also the bigger thing is cultural mindset, that change across the organization. Yeah.
No, absolutely. You have really touched upon a very important point here, that is the cultural change, right? And when we really talk about transforming from a legacy system to a more digital first system, these normally, especially in the insurance sector, being a very risk averse industry, do you see any sort of a resistance to change with respect to whether to deploy or not, or is kind of a wait and watch of what other players are doing in the industry and then make a move? So it's usually not a first move which we have normally observed in the insurance industry. But how do you see this is taking place with respect to how change is adopted fast?
I think there's a couple of things here. I think if you look at obviously it's probably a little bit slower than the larger, more local players. But I think there's the ability to change and to bring in some new technologies and to try new things. We see a lot of the mid to smaller players trying to do more things, do things a little bit differently.
Right.
Things like my previous company, Tune. You've got companies out there like sort of an Insurtech insurer, Rujai as well too. They're trying new things and are obviously open to bringing in some new technologies. Some of the larger companies obviously a little more hesitant, and again requires them to take longer times to implement those things in. So I think that deals with the mindset as well too, in a sense, like you mentioned. Oh, we've always done it this way. Do we change or not? Now that's changing. I see that a lot changing now because the larger players see some of the smaller players jumping ahead a little bit more, and they need to push faster, and that there's that push and pull with internally with these organizations.
Right. And do you think the the coming of the insurtechs in the Thai markets actually changing this landscape?
I think definitely. I think in a good way, in my view, because especially in companies like myself and other large companies as well too, and we want to move fast. There's some things we need to do, but there's some things from a core company standpoint that
Right.
these insurtech players bring to market. So a lot of what happens is and this is where we plug in, we bolt on, and we work with them to go speed to market on different types of technologies, where it's chatbot or where it's mobile app, and or data analytics, where they
Right.
have some sort of interesting things here. So I think, and we see that more and more with insurance players here in the Thai market, and it's usually white label. And obviously, from a consumer perspective, they won't see that on the front, but it's all happening on the back end there, and that's how a lot of the companies in Thailand are sort of leapfrogging into, say, legacy and say digital was, let's do this, let's
Right.
plug it in, and and then they get speed to market. But again, that even the challenges there even still require some things as well. Because again, if you can imagine a larger Thai company or here to get an insurtech pass compliance to prioritization, so and then speed to market there. So there are definitely challenges there, but I think I've seen successes happen in the market here, particularly in my previous role, as well as companies like AXA as well too.
Yeah. Yeah. So absolutely. I think can you state some of the notable examples of innovative digital strategies that insurance companies in Thailand have implemented to stay competitive in the region?
Sure. It's interesting. I think, and some of these strategies, interestingly, have gotten obviously accentuated through the COVID situation the past 2-3 years ago. And one of the things that have sort of started taking off more is the convenience on the health side. And telemedicine. Telemedicine was one of the things that obviously these insurance companies, life as well as non-life, the people need to go to the hospital, they need to get sick during the COVID situation. Really wasn't conducive to do that. So you see a lot of products on the life side, but also on the non-life side integrate telemedicine services. What's that? Basically, you can click on your phone or click on your computer to talk to a doctor in 5 minutes. And I myself have done this. When we were at for a company like Tune, where we sold a lot of travel insurance, and for people for foreigners that are here in Thailand, or for even Thais going overseas and new now, and that they didn't want to go to the hospital, they can click on their mobile app and talk to a doctor in their local language in 5 minutes for 24 hours. And other things outside of that as well too. We see a lot of sort of innovations around AI chatbots for customer service, companies having full online claims processes. Companies like Tune, companies like the motor companies as well too. I think the other big aspect that you see is on health technology. You see a lot of companies like AIA and Among Thai Life integrating health technology into for the customer. In the sense, we're counting their steps, we're counting their sleep, looking at their eating habits, and we're integrating those kind of data to offer new products and services to the customer, or discount the product, or discount it. If they get healthier, then their premiums the following year will decrease. So you got things out there like AA Vitality, which AA is doing, and Thai Life as an app, and as well as Tune. I launched an app as well too called Pump, and again try to link into customers' lifestyles. I think what digital offers is a few things in my view for Thailand.
Right.
One is convenience, how to make it convenient, because Thailand is a more spread out country, so telemedicine. Link into your lifestyle now, so your lifestyle habits are all online through the mobile app, and they can use that data to provide more products and services for you, and make the claims process or customer service process more convenient and more online. Yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I mean, some of the very important used cases and examples you have covered. And if I look at the entire, Southeast Asian region, and when it comes to insurance,
Mhm.
the perception and how it's being, observed, how policies are bought, uh, the entire market is really not covered or protected through insurance. So
Right.
meaning under insurance really exists there, and how
Yeah.
people actually perceives it, how the regulators helps to promote it when it really comes that how technology can really help revamp the industry. Do you think digitization can really help the issue of under insurance in Thailand, and if so, how?
Yeah, that's a good question, Darren, too. And as you and many people know, Thailand is a spread out country. And a lot of the population, although it's like about 63 to 65 million population, about 10 to 15 million or so live in Bangkok itself, but most are up country, we call it. So how do
Right.
we reach them? In the past, it was all through agents and maybe through bank branches and that sort. And that's I would say the way of the past now, in a sense. And digitization allows us to reach them better now. And I think the problem we've always had in Thailand is reach, but also what you also alluded to is understanding. Why people need insurance for. I
Yeah.
think that's slowly started to change. Obviously, on a health standpoint, people are getting more interested in health, whereas in the past they weren't. And so the question now is, how do we reach them? I think there's a couple of things that have moved more and more to Thailand, and one is this concept of embedded insurance,
Yeah.
where insurance is embedded into sort of some different customer journey processes, so that they actually are insured when they buy products. You see this in Thailand already, where on the travel platforms like AirAsia and Traveloka, where when you're buying airline tickets around Thailand, not it's in Bangkok, around Thailand, online, there's travel insurance, offered in there. Where when you see this in sort of the very big online applications here in Thailand, like Shopee, or Lazada, or things like that, when you buy products itself, there's shipping insurance in there. So if something
Yeah.
happens when you ship something, it's lost or damaged, well, there's insurance to pay for that. You're starting to see it more now on some of their, the lifestyle applications like Grab, which is very big in Thailand. When you have a ride share, or you're shipping things all too, there's maybe some small little personal accident insurance in there as well too. So I guess that what I'm getting to is this concept of micro insurance is embedding into the customer journey is really coming here now. The regulators highly support it, because obviously they want to insure more people. So that's one aspect of it, is embedding insurance. I think the other aspect is, more and more people are online here in Thailand. I mean, the mobile app penetration is almost double over double the population itself.
Yeah.
So that means people want more than one phone, and it's usually smartphones. So you see more and more companies trying to offer products online. Motor insurance in Thailand is a highly sold product online right now. You're seeing more and more companies trying to put more other products on there, like personal accident and some simple health plans as well too. So I think it's at reach, and that the B2C aspect is actually growing. The e-commerce aspect is highly growing in Thailand, and the insurance companies are embedding products into those e-commerce type of platforms, whether it's directly sold, like we're selling a PA right away, and then you can close online, but it's probably more and more embedded. And this goes to the fact of understanding. So at least people will have products, and more insured there. So I think, it's going towards that direction. And I think it's obviously COVID has helped even jumpstart that even more, as well too, being more online. But it's again, trying to get more lifestyle based and trying to integrate into lifestyle.
No, absolutely. I think you really broadly touched upon various products and the distribution angle that is actually helping to shape the future of insurance in Thailand, and how technology can really narrow the protection gap, right? By primarily, if I look at how it can enable customers to put together the kind of products they really want to, which,
Yep.
in an insurance sector, product innovation, keeping it as the key, I would say, that primarily how I want to access the product, what kind of product actually fits my need, and how technology can enable it. I think that is something, a brilliantly described situation there, Ben. And thank you very much for those thoughts there, and a fantastic discussion. Lovely to have you today, and a true delight to, of course, speak to you in our podcast this morning.
Well, it's been a pleasure here, and definitely a lot of things happening in Thailand. It's dynamic, and obviously a great
Yeah.
market and growing. So more to come.
Absolutely. And lastly, to wrap this up, you are listening to the Insurtech Story podcast, and see you at our next episode. Till then, take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.